Hi church. So we're continuing on the theme of wisdom today, and we're looking in the book of Proverbs for some pals, and we're looking at Proverbs 15:22, and it says, without counsel plans fail, but with many advisors they succeed. And I wanted us to look at the word counsel and the idea of many advisors. For me, that idea of many advisors reminds me that when we become Christians, we're placed within a family, we're placed within the family of God, and we're placed within a community. And when we have ideas and plans, that it's wise, it's a good idea to talk these things through with fellow believers, for them to pray with you and to stand in the gap with you, and to give you advice as to what they think. You know, we come from different backgrounds and experiences, and all those things are important, but I think the benefit of speaking to other believers and praying with them is that you know that you're all starting from the same place, hopefully, in terms of just trying to hear God's voice for a particular idea or plan that you have. And then the other thing was this idea of counsel. When I think of that, the Holy Spirit is known as the counselor, and I know that sometimes you get ideas or plans, and often you might shoot from the hip, and I know that in the past I will pretty much get advice and look everywhere else before I come to Jesus, before I pray, and I think the idea that the Holy Spirit is our counselor should remind us that that's where we should go first. You know, he should be our first protocol. He should be where we start when we have an idea and a plan, to go to God in prayer, to get on our knees and ask God to speak into an idea that we have, or into something that's ruminating on our minds, and ask him to speak into it, because ultimately, hopefully our plans and our ideas are about giving him the glory, about seeing his plans come to fruition within our lives. So I think as Christians, there's a really good habit to start to cultivate, where if you have something that's going on, the first place you go to is to prayer, to God, to ask him to speak into it, and then also to invite, others in. And I think when it says many advisors, I don't think it means talking to like 50 people. I think cultivating good relationship, doing life with 2, 3, 4 people who know you well, who can speak into your life directly, I think is really wise. And knowing that they're praying for you and they're standing in the gap with you, I think is really encouraging for us as believers. And so I think that's what the verse is asking us to do, is to seek God first, to go on our knees first when we have ideas and plans, but then also invite fellow believers in, that we have built relationship with, to pray with us, to advise us, to speak to us in this. So as you go about your days, I just ask that you take a minute to go back to the verse, read it, and ask God to speak to you about who you might be able to cultivate a relationship with, but also about helping you build a habit of coming to him first, of waiting to hear the voice of the Holy Spirit as you go about plans and ideas. Have a good day.